Introduction. There is water, hence there is a life. Any type of life cannot be imagined on the earth without the water. There is no other option for water resource. The list of its usages is very long. Entire biotic world uses water to sustain itself. The prosperity of any nation depends on its agriculture and the amount of water it uses in it. Water is also required for drinking, domestic uses, and in industries. Water shortage is being created because of the rate and volume at which it is being used by increasing population and for development projects. With this consideration, it is necessary to use water sparingly. Water is a limited resource. No other resource can be used in its place. If the environment exists, it is because of water. So water is an inseparable part of life. Sources of water. There are three sources of water: rainwater, surface water, groundwater. Rainwater. Rain is the original source of water on the earth. River, lakes, streams, wells, etc. are secondary sources. All these sources are due to rainfall. Surface water. The water on the surface earth is found in the form of river, lake, pond, sea, streams, etc. It is called surface water. Groundwater. Groundwater has an important place among the sources of water. Groundwater is obtained due to the process of water absorbed by the lower strata of land. The volume of groundwater is unlimited. In the northern plains of India, there is about 42% of groundwater. In southern India, there is less of groundwater due to the plateau and mountainous region. Groundwater is utilized maximum for irrigation. Water resources and uses. Irrigation. About 84% of water in India is useful for irrigation. Example, about 1,500 liters of water is required to produce 1 kilogram of wheat. Paddy, jute, and sugarcane crops require more water. Water is being used for irrigation since ancient times. In 2nd century, the famous canal, Grand Anicut, was constructed across the river Kaveri. In 1882, the Eastern Yamuna Canal was constructed in Uttar Pradesh. There are three mediums of irrigation in India. These are wells and tube wells, canals, ponds. Out of these, wells and canals are major mediums of irrigation. Canals and ponds came at 2nd and 3rd place respectively. Canal irrigation is practiced in the vast plains of Sutlej, Ganga and Yamuna, and also in the delta regions of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers in the eastern plains. Wells and tube wells are very common in alluvial plains. Irrigation by ponds is practiced more in the eastern and southern states. Multi-purpose projects. Many large and small rivers flow in India. Water transportation is very rich in India. This is because its physiography is such that many rivers merge with other rivers and empty their water into the sea. With the idea that this water may be harnessed for various purposes, multi-purpose projects are planned on many rivers. A multi-purpose project means to solve various problems associated with river valleys. It includes flood control, prevention of soil erosion, water for drinking and irrigation, industries, water provided to settlements, generation of electricity, internal water transportation, entertainment, wildlife protection, and development of fishery, etc. Major multi-purpose projects of India. Bhakra Nangal project, River Sutlej, benefited states Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan. Kosi project, River Kosi benefited state Bihar. Damodar Valley project, River Damodar benefited states Jharkhand, West Bengal. Hirakud project, River Mahanadi benefited state Orissa. Chambal Valley project, River Chambal benefited states Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. Nagarjun Sagar project, River Krishna benefited states Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. Krishnaraj Sagar project, River Kaveri benefited states Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Tungabhadra project, River Tungabhadra benefited states Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Narmada Valley Sardar Sarovar project, River Narmada benefited states Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. Kadana Vanak Bori project, River Mahisagar benefited state Gujarat. Ukai Kakrapar project, River Tapi benefited state Gujarat. Dharoi project, River Sabarmati benefited state Gujarat. Distribution of area under irrigation. There is a difference regarding the area under irrigation in every state. Coastal districts in Andhra Pradesh, delta regions of Godavari and Krishna rivers, Mahanadi Delta in Orissa, Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh, etc. are regions of intensive irrigation of the country. After independence, the irrigated area in India has increased 4 times. Irrigation is practiced in about 38% of net sown area. There is a difference in the irrigated area as of different states. In Mizoram, 7.3% area of the total area sown is under irrigation, while it is 90.8% in Punjab. There is a vast difference between the total area under irrigation with the total area sown. More than 40% area of the total area sown is under irrigation in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu Kashmir, Tamil Nadu and Manipur. Water crisis. Water is a natural gift. Water shortage is constantly intensified due to increasing demand for grains by increasing population, to grow cash crops, increasing urbanization and changing lifestyles of people. The position of water supply and the inequality in the local distribution are challenges to human interests, livelihood, and economic development. Nowadays, the water crisis is in very alarming stage in arid regions of western Rajasthan and the interior area of southern Peninsular Plateau. The quality of water has deteriorated in many villages and some towns. Many waterborne diseases spread due to this. Availability of pure potable water is the basic need of life. Apart from the attempts made to increase the facility of potable water, there is a large difference between the demand of water and its supply. Even today, there is a severe shortage of drinking water in about 8% towns in India. Work remains to provide clean drinkable water to about 50% of villages of the country. There has been a large increase in the irrigation facilities in India. However, 2/3 of agricultural region still depend on rainwater. In recent times, the groundwater level has gone down considerably due to more and more water is extracted through wells and tube wells. As a result, the groundwater resource has decreased. The country is facing severe problems as some states extract groundwater in excess volume. Serious problems like reduction in the quality of water and increasing scarcity have to be faced. Besides agriculture, water is used in industries in uncontrolled quantity. Main sources of water pollution are polluted water of domestic uses and industries. Management and conservation of water resources. We all know that the available water is in limited quantity. Its distribution is also unequal. Along with this, there is a problem of water pollution. That is why it is necessary to use the water economically and to conserve the available water. Water is such a resource which is directly associated with the entire living organisms. The remedies to conserve water are to be done at different stages. The maintenance of water resources is known as water conservation. Some general remedies of water conservation are as follows. More construction of reservoirs for water storage, connecting two river basins and bringing the groundwater at higher level. Water is a national resource. Watershed development. Watershed is a natural unit and it is used for synthesized development in smaller natural units according to the convenience. A river basin is such an area wherein the water of a river along with the water of its branches forms a watershed. A watershed region is ultimately a river basin only. The water during the rainy season flows forward and finally meets any river. The development of a watershed is an overall approach of development. It includes the programs like soil and humidity conservation, water storage, tree plantation, forestation, horticulture, development of pasture land, renewal of collective resource. In all these programs, the land capability and the requirements of people have to be considered. It needs the participation of local people. Many schemes are planned by the state and the central government. Rainwater harvesting. Special methods to collect the rain and conserve it include the construction of wells, small dams, khet talavadi or farm ponds, etc. Water is conserved through these mediums. This also raises the groundwater level. This may fulfill the requirements of domestic use and agriculture. Main objectives of rainwater harvesting: to increase the capacity to conserve the groundwater and increase the underground water table. Reduce the water pollution. Improve the quality of groundwater. To save the land roots from waterlogging. Reduce the surface runoff of water. Fulfill the requirement of domestic water requirements during summer and during long dry spells. Fulfill the increasing demand of water. Making arrangement to store rainwater in underground tanks in multi-story residence in large cities, or arrangement should be made so that the water percolates in the ground. Things to know. Water of the village, water at the border of the village, at the border Bidaj village, solves the water problem by water storage. The so-called backward villagers of Bidaj in Aravali district understood the value of water and evolved the understanding of water harvesting techniques. They converted the entire region into greenery by conserving about 2.25 crore liters or 2 lakh cubic meters of rainwater. They created an association of the villagers and opted to solve the primary problem of water, and they got the cooperation of social institutions of the village. With the cooperation of the institution, the people of Bidaj village were made aware and they all agreed not to allow the water of the village and its border to flow out of the village. The village pond, spread in only 7 vighas, was deepened by 20 to 22 feet. With the assistance from the financial help from the institution, 10 check dams, 11 farm ponds, drip in 25 hectares, pipeline in 10 hectares, deep ploughs, small dams were constructed. About 2 lakh cubic meters of rainwater was stopped and stored. The stony and dry land was made greener. This pointed a way to others. About 154 vigha of land in Bidaj area got the new facility of water supply. Milk production increased by 12.5% in 1 year. Water storage increased by 20 to 30%, due to which the farm production also increased. Today, Zaid crops are ruffling in 136 vigha of land of Bidaj within the stream for water in Meghraj. Following points should be considered for water management. Use water economically for gardens, vehicles, in toilets and wash basins. Public awareness should be created. Participation in water conservation and its skill management should be increased. If possible, recycle the used water. Save the reservoirs from pollution. Increase the use of all units of water harvesting structures like wells, tube wells, khet talavadi, etc. Keep a watch on the units those are using groundwater. Prevent the deterioration of water storage units and repair the damaged pipelines immediately to stop water pollution. Uniform steps cannot be applied for every area. Local people should be included with their due cooperation for the development and management of water resources of any special region. Thus, water should be utilized economically. Various methods are being implemented for water conservation. Whether the rainfall occurs or not, the water crisis is pending on us. Whether it is a farm or a water place in the house, we have to conserve every drop of water. Water is the life.